this is the Madkiwi, and I'm here again playing Towns. First of all, I want to apologise for the atrocious nasal sound of my voice right now. I'm just getting over a lovely flu. As you can see, I've made a few changes. I've learnt over my time playing Towns here that there are certain things that you can and cannot do. I have killed the froggies numerous times over now. I understand the ways to build up your army and your weapons and stuff like that. I also figured out how to get new people to come into your town. As you can see here, I'm just building some different objects and items for my people to get some enjoyment out of, because that seems to be the primary key. Farms, as you can see, I have a shit ton of creatures, a shit ton of wheat, and a shit ton of mills. This is so that food is paramount. I always want to have plenty of food. It seems that at the moment I have the means to do that, but who knows? We're only at 12 people. I have bedding for several. As you can see here, I've actually dug out and placed all of the different see the carpentry, the masonry, like all the different zones are all going to be underground, including the stockade. Now there's a reason that I'm doing that. One, it decreases my above ground footprint, so it means when I'm being sieged, this is the only area I have to worry about, is these outside walls. It also means that everything can be nice and compact around my main entrance, that being this door right here. It kind of gives me the ability to do everything within a very short distance. I have made my way down already into the second level. We've already cleared out a chunk of the dungeon. There is another chunk. As you can see, that's locked right now, because otherwise guys will go rushing in and try and kill all this, and well, they'll die. So I don't have any soldiers. I just lost the last one. This game seems to like to punish you if you are not paying attention to what your soldiers are doing at any one point in time, because they'll just keep going up and eating, coming down, attacking things, going up, coming down, eating, attacking things, and unless you physically tell them, stop, come here, you, put this item on, put this item on, you don't tend to upgrade armors or weapons, so you have to be really vigilant paying attention to what your warriors are wearing, because when you do that, you'll increase their armor and their weapons, and they'll die less. So, as you can see, I've kind of put everything down here. I do have a hospital, but as of yet, I haven't placed any beds or a medicine cabinet in there. Those are important for your warriors, so they can heal themselves. I discovered another thing that is actually very useful. When creating your entrances to downstairs, make sure you always have a room with a door that is lockable, because as soon as you get down here, you want to place another lockable door in there. That way you've always got some way of stopping things from coming up the stairs and getting to you. Okay, if those goblins decide they're going to come upstairs, they're going to come upstairs. So you want a way to lock them off so that they can't. So I always put in plenty of doors. And as you can see here, I've cleared out most of this section here of the dungeon. But I have a locked door that leads to this section. Now, this locked door is protecting my non-existent warriors here, my non-existent soldiers, from running in there and just killing things until they pass out from exhaustion, because that's what the soldiers tend to do. They come booking it in here, and they'll just run from thing to thing killing it until they either get hungry or tired. And if anything is near them when they're hungry or tired, they'll continue to kill that as opposed to going and getting food. This makes it extremely annoying, because they can actually starve themselves while killing things. I've actually had a guy do that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to return to the surface right now. I'm suspecting I'm probably going to end up making this little section here my next tunnel down to the dungeon. Or I may even end up putting it somewhere like right here or something like that, where there's a nice area for them to come in. I just don't want the goblins to come up into this area and cut me off from any possible resources that I could end up wanting. So we'll see. I may very well end up just, using a section in here that's already walled off and sealed off from 2 other sections. But in the meantime, we do have to protect ourselves because there is a siege coming. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to get Beatrix St. Dognell. We're just going to call you Beatrix Dog, the Dog Saint. I know that's not remotely how it is, but she's now Beatrix Dog Saint. Can we even rename her? Developers, we need to be able to rename this chick. Okay, so we're going to unpause. She's going to run off. And she's going to go and get herself some gear. No, you're going to go get yourself some gear. Go get yourself some gear. Thank you very much, Lee. Okay, so now that she's geared herself up here, we're just going to make sure we equip. Why can you not carry a weapon, lovey? Oh, because you're busy carrying wheat. Put it down. Come and get a weapon. Come on. There we go. No, not bones. Not bone. Oh no, she's not going to get a weapon until... Yeah, okay. Now I just feel silly. Where did she go? She's standing behind him. Yeah, she is. Convert Beatrix to soldier. There we go. Now she's going to run off and get a weapon, and then she's going to go outside and play mess the bastards up. Come on. Grab yourself a weapon, Beatrix. Where are you? Why are you still doing that? You're not. Go and get yourself a whip. No, she's going to go up here. So we got green slime here. See how she's battling them? No, that's kind of funky. So the green slimes can knock down those bone doors apparently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Whoop, wrong one. Throw the bone doors back up there. Okay, now for the sakes of shits and giggles here, you go downstairs. And I'm going to bring us down here. We're going to open up this door. I apologize for the sniffles there. Can't be a charming thing to listen to while you're watching a video on towns there. So as you can see, I now have 1 soldier. I'm going to lock that door so no one else can come through. Just my soldier can get through at this point in time. So what she's going to do is she's going to run in here. I don't even think she's holding a weapon, but it's okay because she's got armor, so she's not going to die immediately. She'll still die pretty damn fast, but she's not going to die immediately. The AI in these ones seems to be a little interesting. And actually those bones there, isn't that just the most horrifying noise you've ever heard? The worst part is it does it all the time, and usually right when you're least expecting it. So it'll make you jump 20 feet in the air. So yeah, that was how to kill someone real quick. So basically your idea is just to keep fighting off the sieges, keep building yourself up an army, keep making sure you feed them, and yeah, that's pretty much the sum of it. Work your way to the resources you need. Now, as I've said, it doesn't seem that it matters whether there's walls around these, provided you put a bed and a potted plant in there. They seem to be relatively pleased about the idea. Now, I may be incorrect in that one, but I haven't had any people stop coming to my place just because I don't have walls around any of my buildings. In fact, in most cases I've found it's harder to place things inside of buildings when they've got roofs on them. Because there's no way to look inside of any of these things, I don't think. See, I can't even place one in. How am I supposed to see where to put? Another thing the developers should possibly look at, making transparent roofs when you try to place items, or when your mouse is over top of them, just so we can see what's going on. But this is an alpha, and I'm sure they do have things coming. So just bear in mind, guys, these are alpha videos. So this stuff is not going to be polished. There will be bugs. There will be glitches. It's an alpha. Deal with it. If you're like myself, you like getting into indie games nice and early. I got into Minecraft nice and early. I got into this nice and early. There's a couple of games I've actually bought that are before they've even made it to release or beta versions. I've gotten involved with them simply because I think their idea is great, and I believe in supporting indie games more than I believe supporting some of the bigger companies. No offense, Sony, you don't need my money. You don't need my money. Microsoft, you don't need my money. Doghouse Productions, they need my money. Places like Towns, like the guys that made Towns game, SMP, they desperately need money. Why? Because they're small indie development firms. They're not doing this most of the time for their full-time jobs. These are games they're developing in their spare time based on things they wanted to play. And oddly enough, it's a good game. It's worth the money. I'm having a ball. It's like playing Settlers all over again, but with a slightly different way of playing it. And if anything, it's inevitable. You're going to die in this game. This game is going to beat you into a pulp. It's going to repeatedly smash your shit down. You're going to repeatedly have to build your stuff up again. And as you can see here, sometimes your food can get a little out of control. I've got a breeding issue here with my pigs and cows, so I'm going to need to put in more butcher's tables and try and deal with that. But again, it's not something that you desperately need to worry about most of the time. Indie games are going to be unpolished, guys, but they're a lot of fun. So my suggestion is stop looking at the mainstream market. Sure, if you want to play those games, that's fine. If you want to buy those games, that's fine. I honestly would prefer to put my money with indie games, and so that's where I do. Bigger games and companies like that, yeah, you know, I won't necessarily pay for them. I might try them out once or twice without having paid for them. I think everybody knows what I mean by that. But I won't end up actually purchasing the games if I don't enjoy them. There's no issue for me to try some game out. If I like it, I'll buy it. I did the same thing with Skyrim. Tried the game out. It's a great game. I saw the potential for having a lot of hours of fun with it. But I'm not likely to end up buying the game myself, so instead played it with a friend. There's lots of ways that you can get around it. I mean, everybody has a friend that bought the game, you know what I mean? So you can always try it out at their location. I'm not saying that you should download and pirate games. That's bad. Very, very bad. No, bad. But I mean, let's face it, if you want to try a game out, there is that option for the market. You can try out a pirated game, get yourself viruses and trojans in the process, but at least you're going to know whether you want to try a game or not. So anyway, this is Madkiwi having his little rant at the end of a relatively boring description of the game. And I do apologise for the state of my voice. I will sound a little bit more normal afterwards. Probably about the same time as I get my ability to breathe through my nose again. And I don't know why I just decided to put a table right there. Bad table. So yeah, this is the Madkiwi, and I'm enjoying playing Towns. So if you like it, cruise on over. The website is townsgame.com. The creator's SMP, and I'm really enjoying this game. It's got my attention quite nicely. So yeah, if you're bored, want to put some money into an indie development that I think deserves it, this is one. So this is Madkiwi signing out. Well, definitely not gonna have any neighbors.